I'm the coach of my son's 10-year-old basketball team. And I don't know why. I've never played basketball in my life. But I think I was the only parent who put their real email address down. And because of that, now I'm somehow signed into a 4-year contract to coach these guys. I'm their pathway to the NBA. My son quit the team 2 terms ago. But I'm still the coach of this team. We're the worst team in the division. They said you have to come up with a name. I said, okay. Me and the other dads got together and we had a few lemonades and we thought this will be fun. We'll call them Hoop. There it is. Now, the school secretary, I don't think, was aware of the 1993 tag team hit of Whoop, There It Is, because she registered our team as Hoop. Now, when I sent that email, she read in the subject line, re-team name, and then when I said Hoop, There It Is, she's read that as Hoop. There it is. Put that in your team name and smoke it. That's us for the season. Lock us in for Hoop. Basically, they've called us after that noise you make when you slip on a bathroom tile. They just think I'm falling over. Like a Hoop, come on guys, Hoop. Hoop, get it, Hoop, like that. It's not a good team name. It's hard to rally the troops with that team name. We have really bad players in our team. There's one kid called Jason. He is always late to the game. He gets changed on the side of the court. He once turned up so late to the game where he got dressed. He managed to get his basketball singlet on, but he managed to get his arms and his head stuck in the head hole of the singlet. And so he was just... And because he was so late and the game had already started, I maneuvered him and pushed him onto the court. It was the best he'd ever played. He was blocking shots he had no idea about. He was grabbing rebounds. He was honestly our most valuable player that day. There's another kid in our team called Grayson. He's the best guy in our team. He can actually dribble. He does all the moves. But what he does is he commentates himself the whole entire time. And every single game, he will say and do a backwards shot. And he'll go, Grayson for 3. And then he'll do a backwards shot. He hasn't hit the backboard once. He is a nightmare. He's a liability. Also, Jason and Grayson, 2 very hard names to coach from the sideline, too similar. I say, Jason, you need to come off. Both Jason and Grayson come off. And I say, not you, Grayson, it's Jason. And then they go, okay, coach. And then they both turn around and go back onto the court. You guys are killing me out here. You need to come up with nicknames for yourselves. And they say, okay, coach, well, why don't you call me, Grayson says, why don't you call me what they call me at school? And I say, what do they call you at school, Grayson? And they go, oh, they call me G Money. Dude, you're 10 years of age. No one is calling you G Money. I know your dad's just been made redundant. Like... Unless the G stands for grandma's money that she gave to you for birthday, what are you talking about? And then Jason goes, well, if Grayson's now called G Money, can I be called Grayson? What are you talking about? That's not helping me at all. Then this other kid just pulls on my shirt and then just goes, coach. I'm like, what? And he goes, can you call me Korean Andy? You're the only Andy on our team. You don't need a nickname. Besides, both of your parents are Scottish. I'm not, fine, whatever. I'll call you Korean Andy. He's G Money. He's Jason, he's Grayson, I don't care anymore. Like, this is how uncompetitive our team is. When we had a training once, instead of playing basketball and learning how to dribble, they learnt a TikTok dance for when they score a basket. One game, we didn't score a basket. End of the game, when the other team scored, our team did their TikTok dance to celebrate the other team scoring the goal. I'm like, if you're gonna do one, can you do Gangnam Style so Korean Andy can get involved? Like, at least be inclusive. What? Fast forward to the end of the season. We're playing the other worst team in the division. We're playing the Air Fryer Jordans. I'm not proud of this as a coach, but we needed a win. So I said to Korean Andy, you need to man mark their best player. And he goes, what does that mean, coach? And I'm like, well, just follow that kid around until he gets subbed off. So he did it. He did such a good job that the other coach, they subbed their best player off. But then as the other guy was being subbed off, Korean Andy then crab walked, marched the guy off the court. And then as he sat down, Korean Andy then sits on the bench with the other team, looks over at me. We're now down to 4 players. 30 seconds left to go on the clock. Okay, Grayson, G-Money, he's got the ball. He's driving forward. He looks over at me, and I'm like, just go, go, go. And then he's bouncing, and then he looks over at me again, and I'm like, just what are you doing? And then he gets to the halfway line, and then he dribbles over towards me to have a conversation. And then he says, coach, coach. And I'm like, what? And he goes, are we still getting sushi after this? I'm like, what? He goes, we're still getting sushi after this, coach. And I'm like, what? And he goes, win or lose. I'm like, fine, yes, win or lose. And then he goes, boys, we're going to get sushi after this. Then they all start doing their TikTok dance. And then Grayson, or G-Money, a.k.a. G-Money, or as I like to call him, kidney stones, because it's impossible to get him to pass, just goes G-Money for 3 like that and just launches it over. And I'm not telling a lie here. The ball sailed into the air, ladies and gentlemen, and it went straight into the crowd where the parents were. He basically heard, we're going to get sushi after this, win or lose, and then just launched the ball off the court into the crowd. The time elapsed, it's game over, it's a tied game, and then both us and the Air Fryer Jordans, the coaches, we look at each other and go, it's a tie. We celebrated that like it was an NBA playoff win. That is the best result. There were people high-fiving each other. There were divorced parents getting back together in the bleachers. One parent came over to me, ran over to me, and he's like, hey, mate, gave me a big hug. He goes, hey, thanks for coaching my mate and my wee boy, Corey. He's had such a great season with you. And I'm like, no worries, mate. I'm just, learning that we've got a kid in our team called Corey, so... I think you might be on the wrong court, mate. I think you're on the wrong court. And he goes, no. And then I go, which one's your boy then? And then he points him out, and I'm like, sorry, what's your last name? And he goes, Andy. Sorry, so... So you're telling me that for the whole season, I've been calling the whitest kid on our team, whose both parents are from Glasgow in Scotland, whose real name is Corey and Andy. I've been calling them Korean Andy? I don't think you realise how much I try to include this kid on our team. When he would make a good play, I'd be like, Korean Andy! I made them do the Gangnam Style as their TikTok dance to include him into the thing. I went over to the other parents. I was like, guys, did you know I've been calling that kid Korean Andy and his name's Korean Andy? And they were like, oh, well, yeah, we knew that he was called Korean Andy. We just thought that you were putting a bit of Glasgow flair whenever you would say his name. That's worse. That's like when you heard me doing the team talks and you were like, yeah, G-Money, if you could, pass the ball a bit. Jason, yeah, if you could just keep blocking. And Korean Andy! If you could just do some stuff. And I'm like, oh, dude, this is so embarrassing. I told the Scottish parent about it and I go, I'm so sorry I've been calling your son Korean Andy. And he's like, Korean Andy? His name is Korean Andy. Can you not tell the difference? I'm going to say no. Anyway, I had to quit that team because, there was rumours that their sister Indy was going to join us. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, fine people of Nelson, thanks for coming out for room 25 to see the wonderful, the fantastic Nick Rado!
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. That's so unexpected. We got a dog. We got a cavapoo, or a cavoodle, as they're known in New Zealand. A cavapoo, as they're known in the States. It's what I've always dreamed of, ever since I was a female Instagram influencer. If you don't know what a cavapoo is, it's a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel crossed with a soccer mum who makes her own candles. The other day they finished my dog's haircut and they got a mirror and then they showed my dog the back. As if the dog's going to see that and go, oh yeah, I'd sniff that. Our dog is a nightmare. Really, this is how, it jumps up on grandparents. It scratches grandparents. It'll see somebody across the road, like a mum in their pram, right, with walking their baby. It'll bark at that across the road to protect us, okay? We had someone do a Facebook Market pickup from our house. They went into our garage and they took the TV out of the garage. Our dog, nothing. Just let him have it. I think if he could have shown him where the spare key was, he would have. That is our dog. So we paid $350 for someone to come in and look at our dog and say, can you tell us how to fix our dog? They spent the whole afternoon with him and our family, and then they sat us all down, and then they said, okay, I found out what the problem is with the dog. And I was like, what's that? And they said, the problem is there's no alpha male in this house. This guy. First, he sits in my favourite chair. I was so furious. I got up off the floor, off my cushion. Went straight over to my wife. And I was like, are you going to let him talk to me like that? It's outrageous. He says, you have to show dominance. You have to show that you're the alpha male in the house. And like, how do you do that? You like shake his hand firmly? Like what? How are we doing that? And he says, what you got to do is you got to look them in the eye and then wait till they break eye contact first, right? And then you say that you're the alpha male in this house. And then you're supposed to confirm it with a hand gesture. But I was looking at the ground, so I didn't see what that was. But that's how you do it. And I wanted to be better. I want to be training my dog. I don't want to have a naughty dog, so I did it. And I trained him loads. And so much so, we walked him so much that we ran out of poop bags. And so I needed to take him for a training session, and I was like, we've run out. So I had to go out the door, and I had to get one of those sandwich bags to you put the kids' lunches in. And so that'll do. And I took that out. But now it just looks like I'm collecting evidence from a crime scene that is clearly my dog's done it. And so I'm carrying that around. And I go to the dog park, and I like going to the dog park because I like to catch up with blokes who have little dogs that they don't want either. And they're easy to spot because I go, oh, you look a little bit dead behind the eyes. Let's have a little chat. And I go, we bond instantly. We get on so well. We just talk about overseas holidays, cruises, barbecues, just other things we could have spent the money on. And I said, hey, what's interesting about your dog? Because I was talking about the haircut thing. And he goes, oh, there's one thing about my pug, his dream dog. He says, my pug likes to sunbathe on his back. So I have to sunscreen everywhere. That's not a conversation you can just walk away from, by the way. You can't even change the subject. Otherwise, that's even weirder than talking about it. You can't even just, avocados have gone up a bit. You can't. You have to ask a follow-up question to that statement. Don't do what I did. I looked over my shoulder and I went, what SPF are you using? He said 50. I said good. Then he gets really confident. He goes, yeah, I don't use the spray bottle on him because it's quite cold. So I have to really lather it in. I panicked and said, don't use Banana Boat, it's not a trusted brand. What are we talking about? Then he tries to kind of, wrap up the conversation, and he goes, well, anyway, just let me know if you want me to do yours. And I'm like, I'm going to say no, just because it's not entirely clear who you mean. And I'm just realising now you don't have your dog with you. I am doing this thing on the beach with my dog. It's called Recall, and I train with him. He's supposed to sit on the beach, and I walk away from him, and then when I call his name, he comes, I give him a treat, and that's all good. That's what's supposed to happen. So he sits down, I walk over to the thing, and as I'm going to turn around, somewhere in between that time, he has seen a bird, and he is no longer in front of me, and has sprinted up the beach, across the road. My dog has followed the bird into the house. Now I've had to then run over to the house and make a call of, do I go in or not? For some reason, I thought I'll take my shoes off and go into the house. So I spend time undoing my laces and then put my shoes outside the house. Now I'm in a stranger's house. looking for a dog. It's not in the first room. I go round into the second room. That's where they are. Okay, the bird is on a bookcase. My dog is sitting, barking at the bird. I'm trying to use positive reinforcement because that's the only thing I know. I'm like, good boy. Who's a good boy here? Oh, come here. Who's wants a treat? Not working. But then I remember my training. I have to be the alpha male. So I then go, oi, Ted. I'm the alpha male here, buddy. There's only one alpha male in this house, buddy. Now, it's at that moment when the owner of the house walks in. I don't think you know how intimidating that is to be in your own house, just having a cup of tea, and then seeing somebody come into your house, yell out, I am the alpha male in this house. There is only one alpha male in this house. Whilst only wearing socks and carrying a sandwich bag of poo. I learned one thing that day. If you intrude into someone's house, they will call the cops. If you intrude wearing no shoes, a sandwich bag of poo, yelling, I am the alpha male in this house, they will call a carer. Either way, I got a ride home in a van, which is exciting. Been married for 11 years, and we have to, like everybody, it's important to keep the romance alive in the relationship, to keep the spice alive. We play games in our relationship. One of the games we play is in the bedroom. The bedroom game that we play is a game called Is This Washing? Now, how you play that game is your wife has a laundry basket and she's in the room and she looks over to your side of the bed and then she'll see a pile of clothes on the floor and then she'll go, is this washing? Well, she's not as playful as that. And then my role in the game is to then pick up the washing, then smell it, and then go, no, it's still good. And then her role in the game is to not listen to that and wash it anyway. And then I say, why did you wash that? I was going to wear that tomorrow for work. And the game continues. It's great. Lots of games. We love these games. This is another great game that you can play when you're running late for something. This is a game that we play in our house all the time. It's a beautiful connecting relationship game when you're running late, okay? And this is a game called Have You Seen My? Important that you're already 5 minutes late for this. If you can just yell out, have you seen my keys? And then, well, my wife doesn't like that game as much as I do, so she goes into her favourite game, which is What Am I? It's a fun game to guess. But even though the answer is always your mother, you're not allowed to guess that. Otherwise, you're straight into a game of what's wrong. And that's a fun game. I haven't been past the nothing stage yet, so I don't know how that ends, but apparently it's pretty good. One of the things we like to do also in our relationship is we like to have date nights. We like to go out without the kids when we can. And one lucky occasion, we went into a hotel and we had a Thai takeaway. The Thai food, the Thai restaurant, they have to lift their game because they need to tell us if the curry comes with rice or not. They can't just go Thai green curry and then just let us guess. Like, it's not good enough, guys. we're not psychopaths. Of course we want the rice with it, but we need to know if it's going to come with rice or not. This is our one night out. I'm not going to gamble. So I order the green curries and then I order the extra rice, just in case, okay? Now, I'm in the Uber Eats app and I put in the 2 green curries and I do that and I do all the rigmarole. I go through all the different stuff and then the app crashes on me and I'm like, that's frustrating, right? I go to do it again. It crashes on me again. This is infuriating. I do it the third time, like, that's it, or we're going to go get another restaurant. Luckily, it goes in the third time. 40 minutes goes by. And because we're in the hotel, I have to say in the order, in the notes, can you please put cutlery in because there's no cutlery here in the hotel. Beautiful. Right. I get a text saying your Uber Eats driver is downstairs. I go downstairs. Now, the Uber Eats driver goes, Nick, and I said yes. And he goes to me, okay, 2 green curries with rice and 2 extra large jasmine rice. And then he says, that's a lot of rice. I'm like, this guy, like, you know, he's a professional food deliverer and he's already judging how much I eat. This is kind of rude. Okay. Anyway, whatever. I take the food and I go up and I'm about to go into the hotel room when I check in and there's no cutlery. There's no knives and forks in there. And I'm like, these guys, that's ridiculous. But then I get a text message saying your Uber Eats driver is downstairs. And I'm like, oh, this must be the cutlery. What a great service. They've done very well here. I go back downstairs. It's a completely different Uber Eats driver. He goes, Nick, I say yes. He goes, 2 green curries with rice and 2 extra large jasmine rice. And then he goes, that's a lot of rice. And I'm like, it's not as much as you think. I look in, there's no cutlery. There's no knives and forks. And I say this to the guy and he goes, well, you're going to have to call the restaurant because I'm just an Uber Eats driver. As I'm talking to this guy, a third Uber Eats driver comes and he goes, Nick, I say yes. He goes, 2 green curries with rice and 2 extra large jasmine rice. Now, it's at this point in the evening where I'm thinking to myself, this could be a lot of rice. Because for 2 people on date night, we now have 6 green curries and 12 rice. 6 of which are extra large. And no cutlery to eat it with. There's no cutlery in this one either. And I'm saying, he goes, you call the restaurant. I call the restaurant. I get onto there. I explain what's happened to the guy. He goes, do you want to speak to my manager? I said, I'd love to speak to your manager. And then he goes, okay. He goes, hey, boss, it's the rice guy. The boss comes onto the phone and he goes, Jasmine? And I go, no, it's not jasmine. I've ordered a lot of jasmine rice, but it's not jasmine. I'm just trying to get the cut. And then he cuts me off. And he goes, sir, we've run out of jasmine rice. I'm not trying to order more rice. I just want cutlery to go with the food. And he's like, okay. And I go, well, what can I do? And he goes, well, you're going to have to go through the app. We can't just send somebody out there. And I go, what do you want me to do? And he goes, okay, we'll just go into the app and then just look for the cheapest thing on the menu and then order that. And then we will deliver the cutlery with that. And I go, what's the cheapest thing on your menu? He goes, you're not going to like it. But it's plain rice. So then I had to order $4 plain rice with a $7 delivery charge to then 20 minutes later for that to be delivered to me. And it's the first Uber Eats driver. Bear in mind, he doesn't know what's happened. Already at the first bit, he was going, that's a lot of rice. And then he's come and then he's just gone, Nick. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, 1 plain rice? And I'm like, yeah. And then he goes, is everything okay, man? I don't know if you've ever ordered so much rice that someone felt it necessary to check in on your mental health. I'm then taken it off him and gone upstairs, and we now have 6 curries and 13 rice. And my wife has gone like, where have you been? I'm starving. I hope you've ordered enough food. And I'm like, you're in luck. So, you know like the magicians, how they pull out those infinity handkerchiefs? I was doing that with green curries and rice. And I think it was around about the 12th, maybe the 13th rice, as I piled that up in front of her, where then she announces, oh, sorry, did I not tell you I'm not eating carbs? And then for the first time in our relationship, I got to start a game of what's wrong? It's good. You guys are fun. Thank you so much. My son, he's 10 years of age. And I like him. He's into technology. For my last birthday, he used ChatGPT to sign my birthday message in my birthday card. A lot of people say to me, hey, how did you know that he used ChatGPT, Nick? And I was like, oh, I had a hunch. He wrote, to my father, you will forever be the king of my heart. From... insert name here. My wife was like, what do you want to do for your birthday? And I was like, listen, just a night off from being the king of these guys' hearts, I guess. For my birthday, we went to our favourite Mexican restaurant. Like here, we live in a small town. We live in a rural area where our local Mexican authentic restaurant is run by Keith and Jill. Now, I know what you're thinking. Their salsa is very mild. They spell quesadilla with a K. And a Z. And a question mark at the end. It's always been a dream of Jill's to open a Mexican restaurant ever since she went to Bali. That is the story she told me. As we frequent there, because it's our only local Mexican restaurant. They try and make it a fun time every time we go, so we go there. We went there, and it was towards the end of our evening. Then, in the most Kiwi accent that you've ever heard in your whole entire life, all you hear from across the room is, seniors and senioritas. We have a birthday in the casa. Then, on the most tiniest, like, little portable speaker, they then start playing the song Tequila. As that's playing, Keith comes out with a tray. There's a shot, there is a lime, there's like salt, there's a fireworks situation going on, there's sombreros, there's a hat. Okay, now, as it's playing and Jill's coming over to me, I don't know how she did it, but she ends up getting me up on top of the table for two, where me and my wife were just having our dinner. And now I'm up on top of a table, and I don't know how she did this, but somehow she then also managed, and bless him, got Keith to come up and join me. So now we're just two Kiwi blokes, not knowing why we're on top of a table in front of a restaurant. We just look like two confused mariachi strippers. And we're now 10 seconds into what we now know is a 3-minute song. Now, neither of us want to be there. And I know this because halfway through, Keith looked at his watch. Now, I know what's supposed to happen. Because there's only one word in that song, and the word is tequila. And when that word comes at the end, I'm supposed to drink the tequila shot, and everyone in the restaurant is going to go, yay! And it's going to be the greatest moment that this restaurant has had since the last time they did it. Now, The problem is, me and my wife have both had 2 margaritas each already at this point. So we can't have another shot. I can't certainly have one. And we've driven to the restaurant. Now, if I have the tequila shot, if I drive home, I'm going to be pulled over by the police. I'm going to be breathalyzed. I'm going to be put in jail. I'm going to lose my license. I'm going to lose all my road gigs. I'm going to go fall behind in the mortgage. Me and my wife are then going to be homeless with our children. We're going to have to dumpster dive just to survive. Now, this is a lot to communicate through the medium of dance. So it gets to the end of the song where we finally get to the word tequila. The whole restaurant is in on this, by the way. They're loving it. As they say it as a unit, Jill then passes Keith a paper plate with foam on it. Then Keith slaps me in the face with the paper plate with whipped cream and foam on it. Out of all the things that are happening to me right now, this is the thing I'm least expecting. So as whipped cream and just foam's just dripping off my face onto the floor, I then have to say to everybody, sorry guys, I already had a couple of margaritas, so I'm going to have to say no to the tequila on this occasion. But thank you anyway. Now, silence. The music has stopped, right? Even the sparkler has gone out, okay? There's nothing there. The only awkwardness is broken is when Keith goes, "You'll be fine." And then in front of a shocked audience, including me, I have to then argue with Keith, "No, Keith, I won't be fine." I don't think you saying "I'll be fine" will hold up in a court of law. So I'm going to hold firm and I'm going to say no to the tequila. And then he goes, "All right then," gets off and then leaves me to it and then hands me Jill hands me like this cactus and a birthday card. I go, "What is this?" And she goes, "It's a personalised birthday message. We do it for all our customers. You're welcome." I open the card and the card goes, "To valued customer, you will be forever the king of our heart. From insert name here. It's just my life." It was my birthday, but somehow I managed to ruin, up until then, what was a lovely evening for everybody in the restaurant. Not my words. Karen from TripAdvisor, who left that review in our local Mexican restaurant. And I've always been into technology as well, even when I was a young kid. I remember being 10 years of age, what he is now. And I was into technology. I had this thing called a recorder stereo, right? So the stereo, you could record off the radio, you push record play, you get the song. Hardest thing was getting it to stop before the adverts came on, right? You guys remember this, right? Loved that. I had spent years just recording stuff off the radio. So you can imagine my excitement that when my primary school teacher in front of the whole class said that Gareth is sick and he is no longer available to do the performance. Does anyone here in this class know how to play the recorder? And I was like, "Yes, please. I know how to play the recorder." And they said, "What can you play?" And I said, "Anything you want." And they're like, "What do you mean anything you want?" I'm like, "What's your favourite band?" And they're like, "Pearl Jam." I'm like, "I can play that." "You can play Pearl Jam on the recorder?" It's like, "Yeah, I can do it with 2 fingers." "You can play Pearl Jam with just 2 fingers on the recorder?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's real easy." And they're like, "Dude, would you want to join the other 11 recorder players and play? We're playing Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On. Could you learn how to play that? I've already recorded it." And she goes, "Okay, cool. Well, it's this Friday." I'm like, "It's fine. Okay, it's all right." And then she gave me the sheet music with the chords of the recorder, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't need this." She's like, "This guy's good." Now, you got to remember, so this was back in the day. There was no emails and no, it was just like a newsletter kind of went out. It was a talent quest, and everyone was doing their thing. So it was quite chaotic backstage. So there was like a dog with his kid. Or no, the other way around. There was a kid with their dog and they were doing tricks. There was a dance troupe. So me turning up with my stereo didn't really feel that out of place. This was the 90s. I was wearing black jeans. I was wearing a black turtleneck skivvy. And I had my sneakers on. And I was like a 10-year-old Steve Jobs. Because in my mind, I just think I'm just going to blow them away with this technology. This is fantastic. No one has even got this. I'm going to blow them away, right? So we're the last ones on. We're the headlining group, okay? 11 recorders, and then there's me. Now, the only thing I had to learn with the group was that we were going to start with our backs to the audience. We would start playing, and then we would turn around to reveal what we were playing, okay? So I push play on my stereo, and all you hear is, and I'm slowly turning around like that. And then there's other 11 recorder players turning around, and everyone starts laughing. It's just like an Andy Kaufman sketch. But in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm killing this. Because everyone in the audience is laughing. There's video footage of this, by the way. This is traumatic, me just bringing this up. I thought that they were laughing at these guys because I was the only one in tune. So, and the teachers saw what had happened, and then they're going, oh no. But we're so far into the performance where they have to just let it go. And it wasn't until Tony's Tyre Service advert came on that they realised maybe that's the end. The teacher comes on. She walks over to me, she says, Nick, and everyone tells you, oh, wasn't that great? And then she goes, Nick. And then I said to her, with full confidence, do you want me to do another song? She's gone, no, I think we're all good. Just a heads up, you were supposed to, I thought you knew how to play the musical instrument, the recorder, like what all everyone else is doing here with the recorder. And then I looked at them and then I was like, oh, no, I don't know how to play that. And that was the end of the talent quest for my school. The worst thing about that story is that my parents turned up, they sat in the front row, and they knew I didn't know how to play the recorder. They sat in the front row going, oh, I wonder when he picked this up. This is going to be... My dad videoed it. This is a yearly thing we bring up. My son is 10 years of age, and I have to help him with his math homework because I don't want him to be like me, because I was not very good at math at school. There were two groups for math when I was at school. There was one called the Clever Cats, and then there was my group called the Participation Pandas. And I don't want my son to be a panda, so I sit down with him every night and I'm like, hey dude, let's do this maths homework. And he goes, okay dad, what's 24 times 17? I'm like, listen, it's not about me. How would you do it? Put 408 because that's the answer. And he goes, dad, we have to show our working. I'm like, you can draw a calculator if you want, mate, but can't see how we're both going to pass it. So there's a genius in his class. His name's Hans. He's a German kid, and I know he's a genius because he's tutoring us. And I asked his dad, I said, Hans's dad, how come all German kids are really good at maths? And he goes, it's hard work. And all the kids have motivational slogans in the classroom. One slogan is to survive, you must be exceptional. Another slogan is no one owes you a living. I was like, wow. There's a banner at my son's school and it says, remember your shoes. How are we supposed to compete as a nation if that is our target? Germany's like, no one knows you're living. And New Zealand's like, just aim for the shoes, guys. Like, At least bring back the same amount you left the house with. Like, failing as a nation because of it. One thing that we're not very failing at is that my daughter especially, she's very good at this. She turns my whole life into, I feel like I'm constantly in a horror movie. It's kind of like this set. And so I was asleep the other night, it was 4 a.m. and I just sort of had this presence over me. I just felt one and I was just like, oh, what's that? And I opened one of my eyes and then it was my 4-year-old daughter, and with her own fingers, she opened my other eye. And she leant in and whispered, I'm eating chewing gum. And then ran to her room. That's a lot to process at 4 a.m, right? I get up, I gotta go get up. I think she's in the dining room. I feel like she's there. I feel like she's in the dining room because I think there's someone there. I turn the light on, it's not her. It's my 10-year-old son, fully dressed for the day, eating cereal in the dark like a psychopath. Clocks me and says, can I play Roblox now? Dude, it's 4 a.m. You know you can't do that till 5. And so their other brother just rushes past me and goes, hee 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 hee. And that's when I just totally lose it with them all because, you know, I've only got 2 kids. So it's exciting. I got a job and I had to get a job at a place called Paper Plus. Yeah, it's always been a dream of mine to work at a place that was more than just paper. So the plus element to these guys is that they sold puzzles. And I had a customer come in, they wanted a refund because there was pieces missing from the puzzle. And then my boss goes, don't give him a refund because I don't believe him. And then the customer goes, well, if you don't believe me, then why don't you go home and do the puzzle? And then I'm like looking at them both going, what is this? And then my boss goes, all right then, we will. And then he says, Nick, I had to go home and do a 2,000-piece jigsaw puzzle of a botanical garden. 2/3 sky. One of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. It took me 2 days. Halfway through, my kids came up to me and said, can we play now? I said, not now, I'm working. Like, this is it. It took me 2 days to finish it. And then I finished it. There was no pieces missing. I gathered it all up, went into the work. I told my boss, and he goes, Nick, well done. Not only did you save this company $12.99, but you also showed him we don't suffer time wasters around here. Feel like we really showed him that, yeah. Told my little mate Hans that story, and he just goes, why didn't you just count the pieces? So I stole his shoe. Hans' dad called me, Dr. Helmet is his name. They were raising money for the local hospital, and Dr. Helmet called me and goes, Nick, we're doing the fun run, the 12 kilometer. Would you like to run on someone's behalf? Because it looks like they have to do the double shift and they can't make it in the morning. Could you run on their behalf so we get the sponsorship money? And I'm like, can you just ask someone else? I really don't want to do it. And he goes, I would ask Hans, but someone has stolen his shoes. All right, I guess I could probably do it. He goes, I'll SMS you in the morning if they do not make it. Goodbye. Hangs up. Next morning, it's drizzly, it's raining. I don't really want to go, but I get the text saying that they didn't make it and I have to go in. Now, the person that I'm running for is a person called Lara Smith. Fine, it's okay. I'll run for Lara Smith. But the problem is I've been training and I'm quite competitive, right? And I ran really fast. So much so that I finished 3rd in the 50 to 55-year-old women's category. Now, the problem with a podium finish is that there's a medal presentation. And part of me was like, you probably shouldn't go up there, Nick. But then another part of me was like, win's a win, bro. Like, you don't know when you're going to get another medal for running. You should totally go up and get that medal. So I did. Went up and got it. Now, because this happened in 2025, nobody said anything. In fact, the MC of the event interviewed me. They were like, hey, you're so brave. Yeah, I mean, it was raining this morning. It was quite drizzly. I almost didn't come, so I guess I'm kind of brave. They're like, when did you know that this was something that you wanted to do? I don't know, like 7:30? Like, and then I clicked. I was like, oh, no, sorry. No, sorry. Oh, no, sorry. I'm not Lara Smith. I'm running for Lara Smith. And they're like, oh, that's so funny. Oh, well, where's Lara now? And I was like, well, I got apparently she was in the hospital the whole night. And I got a text this morning saying that she didn't make it. And they're like, well, where's Lara now? Because the medal presentation's in front of the hospital, in my mind, I was like 6th or 7th floor. But when I said, oh, she's up there somewhere, all of a sudden, we're in a minute silence for Lara Smith. Like, it's probably going to take me longer than a minute here to explain what's happened here, so I'll just let it go. So much so that I'm looking forward to next year's memorial bench unveiling. That's what Lara would have wanted. Listen, before I was married, I didn't have jobs to do. Now I'm married, I'm getting up in the morning, I'm 7 jobs behind. Like, at 7:30, I am snowed under. I'm thinking about getting another guy in. You take her on a romantic date, I've got all these jobs to do, mate. Like, what's going on here? Now, one of the big jobs I do is to do the weekly shop. I do the big shop. Go down to the grocery store and do the big shop. Now, I spreadsheet it out. I want to be spending the least amount of time down there. But every time my wife calls me and she says 2 things really important and 1 thing super vague every time. So I'll be down there at the supermarket, in the grocery store, at Trader Joe's, and she'll be like, hey, Nick, we need bread. We also need olive oil. Also, 3 months ago we were at Sarah and Tony's. They had those breads with those artisanal cheeses on that wooden chopping board that you wouldn't let me get from that shop because it was on discount, but then it's gone up again. And we probably should have went and got it then, because now it's actually more expensive when I originally had it. Anyway, they had some like a centerpiece there. We should do more centerpieces, and I think we're going to get Sarah and Tony around. I'll get a centerpiece. I'll go out to the garden. I'll cut some flowers, and yeah, I wonder if those rhododendrons will be ready that time of year. Anyway, can you... next to those, they had some crisps. Can you get those crisps, but without feta? Not only have I forgotten what the first 2 items are, I don't even know who I am at this stage. What have I done to get to this situation in my life? And I see other guys have just had the same phone call, and they're just sort of aimlessly kind of wandering around the grocery store, linked arms like a search party, just kind of looking for things that they don't understand. Like, does anyone know where a goji could be? Excuse me, do you know where the healthy desserts are? I once spent an hour and a half looking for water chestnuts. I still don't even know what they are. I spent 45 minutes in the water aisle. I spent another 45 in the nut aisle. I almost got 2 separate ingredients and made it in the car park. Because it's better to never come home than to bring home the wrong item. You hear of people like, hey, what happened to your dad? It's like, well, he went out to the grocery store and he never came home. He did not love his family, he just couldn't find the right brand of teriyaki sauce. Like, I looked everywhere. I even looked down that serial killer aisle. You know the serial killer aisle in the grocery store where they sell like pantyhose, black bin liners, rope, magazines for the ransom notes. Serial killers are walking down and going, this is amazing. Everything's right here. Dettol. What's going on? Wasn't down there. I see a 16-year-old who works there and go, yes, you know more than me. And I tap them on the shoulder. I go, excuse me. Do you know Sarah and Tony? And they're like, oh yeah, the crisp without the feta. Just on aisle 14 where those dads are huddling for warmth. Thank you. So what's your lovely name? Josh, fantastic, Josh. You're very smartly dressed. I feel like you thought this wasn't going to be a cowshed or a garage. What's your lovely name?
Ellie.
Josh and Ellie. Brilliant, Josh and Ellie. And how long have you guys been together, Josh and Ellie?
Yeah,
Yeah, good. Yeah, you both agree with that? That's exciting. Are you visiting or?
No, living here.
Living here?
From down central.
You moved up from down central. There's a lot of directions there that don't make sense. Let's break that down and try to figure out exactly where he's from. So the first part of those directions was he moved up. Then he went from down and then he went from central. So this is the worst game show in the world. What was your name again, sorry? Mark, where do you reckon that is in the geography of from up down central? Christchurch? You're locking in Christchurch. You didn't go down far enough. Brilliant. This is a great game, by the way. This is exciting. Whereabouts are you from? Where's Roxburgh? I feel like I've never been more confused in my life. You've given me so much information and I still don't know where Roxburgh is, and this is exciting. So Roxburgh is in the centre. And what do you do for a living here when you're not up, down, around the corner from Roxburgh?
IT consultant.
IT consultant, yes. Do you know I did a diploma in business computing and in the Central Institute of Technology, and do you know where that was? It was in the North Island. There's a lot of people in New Zealand claiming they are the original Central. And what do you do for a situation?
I'm a student.
You're a student. Fantastic.
But I'm doing my PhD at the Groceries Institute.
I thought if you were going to do geography, that would be absolutely... I specialise in Google Maps, and we're in a lot of trouble. What's your PhD in?
Seagrass restoration.
Seagrass restoration. And has that always been the dream? It's so specific. You're going to be a doctor in seagrass restoration. People are going to be very confused on a plane. When someone says, is there a doctor in the house? And you're like, excuse me. I'm here to help. And then they're like, okay, we need a CPR. Well, what's your favourite part about seagrass restoration? Do you mean seaweed?
No, it's seagrass.
Okay, forget the special. we're now honing in on the difference between seagrass and seaweed. So seaweed is something that you get rid of out of the seagrass that you don't want to see in your sea lawn. Have you got I've got visions of you with a backpack and some Roundup, killing all the seaweed, and then you're going, oh, look how good the seagrass is. Look how much it's restored. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got an on-trend house. We've got basically we've got a couple's Pinterest account. That's what it is. It's in an online vision board, and we have a couple's Pinterest account. Well, I don't have access to the account. But I can email my wife and go, hey, what about this for the lounge? And she's like, no. So it's just a great system that we have. Often I don't think our place would get, decorated if I didn't offer up the things that shouldn't go in it. We were at a place called Freedom Furniture the other day, and ironically, I think, I've never felt more trapped. Found other people in there, other guys in there. They just didn't know why they were in there as well. We were looking for an occasional chair, which is great. Because before, this, I prefer my chairs always there. But we were looking for an occasional one. And I like the air of mystery it brings to the lounge. Will this $1,000 chair turn up to work today? And it's a wicker chair, and a lot of you thinking wicker, that's going to cut into the back of your legs, but I'm not allowed to sit in it. So we also got a vegan leather chair as well. We've got a vegan leather chair, and a lot of you thinking vegan leather, is that a lot cheaper, is it? No, apparently it costs a lot more to skin the hide off a carrot and make it into a sofa. We've got scented candles in our house, scented candles, they're so good. How good is sandalwood in your house constantly? It's so good. Sandalwood. I'm coming home from work and I'm just going, that's $70. And she's like, how did you know it was a Koya? And I was like, it's good to know what burning money smells like. We had a power outage, we had a blackout, and I was like, oh great, we can use those scented candles. And my wife's like, no, they're for the guests. So we just sat in darkness, hoping for someone to come round. Upgraded our towels, that was what I really wanted to talk to you about. We upgraded our towels, and it was my own fault because I was brushing my teeth and then I went to wipe my face, but then I bloody used a display towel. Probably shouldn't have been using the display toothbrush, to be honest, but I don't know why we have that bathroom. We're not allowed to use anything in it. It's the real meaning of love, is that. And I don't understand what is in my house anymore because I got in trouble the other day. I put milk in the milk jug. And my wife's like, what are you doing with the vase? Sorry, I don't know. I've chopped up potatoes on a wooden chopping board. She goes, no, we serve artisanal cheeses on that. And I'm like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. The most on-trend thing you can do is whatever you serve your food on or prepare your food on or whatever you cook your food in, that's how you serve it. And so we had people around for spaghetti bolognese and I panicked, so I just put the whole microwave on the table. Bon appetit. Never been more on trend in my life. We don't have artwork in our house. We just have inspirational quotes, and that's great. It's fantastic. The one inspirational quote we have is called "Follow your dreams." Brilliant. Because before I was depressed, and I was just thinking, is this comedy thing ever going to go anywhere? And in my lounge, and I was just like, am I ever going to perform my special in a garage? And then I looked up on my wall and I was like, hang on, hold on a second. Follow your dreams. Wow. And I did. I followed them. And they were right there in the dream catcher. And it's great to know, where my dreams are, because sometimes I forget what they are. And in the dream catcher, that's great, because what was my dreams again? And she's like, oh yeah, that's right. Weekend away with the boys, and social football Tuesday. They're all in there, but it's not the only sign that we have. We have another one in there, up to, like, put it on wood. It's got cursive writings hung up by rope as well. If you're going to say anything important, put it on wood, cursive writing, put rope on. That's not my rules, that's Kmart's. This one just says, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. It's important stuff, team, honestly. No, because I was doing it wrong. I was inhaling. Just found I was passing out a lot. I remember one time, and my wife was like, I was like passed out on the ground, and I was like, oh no. And my wife comes in, she goes, oh no, what's happened? And I said, I bloody inhaled again. And then she goes, okay, I'll get a doctor. And then she goes, okay, is there someone who knows how to... restore seagrass to a PhD level? Could they help us? Yeah, been married for 11 years now, but I don't envy being single, because when I was single, it was crazy. It was like before all the dating apps and that kind of situation. And now I've got friends who are single, and they have to go on the dating apps. And I reckon, like Tinder, I reckon it's like about 3 months away from becoming like TripAdvisor. People are going to start leaving reviews of other people, and first of all you're like, oh, that's not a bad idea, but then you're like, oh look, Gary, 5 stars. Oh yes, but 194 reviews. I'd stay away from Gary if I was you. I'm from I was from a small town in New Zealand called Porirua. I've got some friends here who are from that area. And for those of you who aren't aware of where or what Porirua is, maybe you're from overseas, we grew up next to a bunch of kids called the Mongrel Mob. And for those of you who don't know what the Mongrel Mob is, they are an organised gang in New Zealand. Well, they're not on LinkedIn. But how organised are they? What was it like having neighbours as gang members? It's just like any other neighbours, really. I could go over and say, hey, can we borrow some sugar? And they're like, sure, 1 gram or 2. And we had neighbourhood watch. It's more neighbourhood watch you looking at. But we had this amazing system where they wouldn't steal off us if we just gave them the stuff when they asked for it. And so that's where I grew up, and I couldn't wish for a better place to grow up. Well, I could have, but that's where I grew up. And I was visiting there recently. My family's still there. My nieces are there, and I went to their birthday there. They were turning 12, and they were very well behaved. And I was like, why are these kids so well behaved? Because I said to my brother, when we were 12, we weren't very well behaved. And I go, what's the difference with the kids these days? And he goes, well, the difference is that they don't have Raro powdered drink sachets, and we had Raro powdered drink sachets. Now, if you're from overseas, if you're from America, Raro is like Tang, okay? If you're from the UK, it's like a powdered version of Sunny Delight. If you're from South America, it's cocaine. Raro was like cocaine for kids growing up, because we were supposed to dilute that stuff 2 litres of water to 1 sachet. But stuff that, man. We hit that stuff straight, y'all. We would get a sachet, we'd rip it open, we'd pour it into our hands, we're like... We didn't even care what it was cut with, right? We didn't even question why white powder stained our hand orange. Which I see, that's exactly what it's supposed to do. And then you're like, after your Raro, you're like... And you're like... Mom! Dad! Just gonna go outside and ride my bike for 12 hours. And you'd ride the equivalent of 300 kilometers, but just in a circle in your driveway. It's like, yeah! Sweet apple orange! We got diagnosed with ADHD. We didn't have attention deficit disorder. We didn't have ADHD. We had RARO. That was the medical diagnosis. So when I met my now wife, who's a yoga instructor, we didn't have yoga in Porirua. If someone asked you to get into a downward facing position, where I'm from, you're in an armed robbery. So she said to me, Nick, do you like yoga? I was like, massive fan of Star Wars. Love it. She goes, no. Do you like hot yoga? Do you like Bikram yoga? I'm like, listen, if it's anything like frozen yoga, eat it with you a couple of times a week. And she's like, no, you should come to one of my classes. And so I said, okay, cool, I'll come to one of your classes. And so I went to her class in my running shorts. Now, here's a tip. Literally. Like, wear undies. Don't wear boxers, because otherwise you're in a Warrior 2 situation and you're like, oh, I see you've met everybody. In a yoga studio, 4-sided mirrors. That's exactly what you want in this situation. Oh, I didn't realise I had a freckle there. See right up my chakra. That's fantastic. And in the yoga studio, there's essential oils. There's all these essential oils everywhere. And I didn't know what they were at first. And if you don't know what an essential oil is, it's basically you get like a little essential oil, you unscrew it and you put it into a diffuser, and then you walk into a room and you go, gosh, I'm calm. And that's it. And so... And my wife spends, we spend $350 a month on these essential oils. Now, I'm going to throw this out there. Call me silly, but I don't think I'd need to be calmed down if we didn't spend $350 a month on essential oils. You know, even my drug dealer mates are like, that's a lot of money. Like... Anyway, so $350 a month on essential oils. We ran out of frankincense the other day. Oh, so we ran out of frankincense. I was like, oh, no. Really? What is that? She goes, it's the most important one. I'm like, okay, it sounds essential. Let's go out and buy it. She says, you can't go out and buy it. You have to go online. I'm like, okay. And she goes, you have to go to this website called doTERRA. Now, listen. If you're into the shape of a pyramid, get involved. We've come in quite late, so if you guys could come up underneath us, I think that's how it works. I'm not too sure. $97 for a 15ml bottle of frankincense. I didn't realize when the 3 wise men gave those gifts to the Son of God of frankincense, gold, and myrrh, I didn't realize gold was the stocking filler for that little gift exchange. I think that's how he was named. They just found out how much frankincense costs, and they were like, Jesus Christ. He was going to be called Are You Kidding Me? So I'm in this yoga studio and there's essential oils all around me and I'm in this downward dog scenario, and from nowhere, I farted. To which hot yoga instructor goes, sorry, Nick, what was that? Now I'm trying to impress this girl, so I can't just go, it's all right, love, just carry on with the class. Nothing to see here. So I couldn't do that. So I did what any guy would do in that situation who was trying to impress someone else. So what I did was I had to come up with a question that sounded like my fart. So I was like, have you ever been to Prague? Prague. She's like, no. I was like, good. I'll probably ask you that again later. Hey, you guys have been an absolute treat. Thank you so much, everybody. Really appreciate you. Thanks for coming out to my special. We'll see you again soon. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody.